Before we jump into the episode today, I want to share something with you from my heart. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I really can't tell you how much your support means to me. We've been doing the podcast now for almost 4 years. I can't even believe it. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you that listens, shares an episode with your friends, sends me a DM or a text message letting me know how an episode resonated with you or any aha moments. Seriously, I couldn't be more grateful to be able to create this podcast. It has been such a blessing in my life, and I love hearing the ways it's been able to provide value in yours as well. One thing you might not know is how much work it takes to be consistent with a podcast. In fact, did you know that the majority of podcasts don't make it past episode number 10? And we are well beyond that. And it's just a lot thinking of the episodes, recording them, editing them, managing the guests, making sure that everything runs smoothly and gets uploaded consistently and regularly. And so that's why I have created an amazing opportunity for you to support the podcast monetarily. And in exchange for that, you will get exclusive premium subscriber content. So for as little as $3 a month, you can become a premium subscriber of the podcast. And every month I will upload new voice-guided workouts and breathwork meditation audio for you. So that way you can work out with me, coaching you in your ears. You can also take a moment to reduce your stress and relax and come down and ground down with one of my breathwork audios. So if that is on your heart to support the podcast for as little as $3 a month to become a premium podcast subscriber, I can't tell you how much that means to me and the growth of this podcast. I appreciate you. If you're interested, click the link in the description, become a premium podcast subscriber, new content every month, and while supplies last, I'll send you an exclusive podcast coffee mug so you can have your self-love and sweat coffee every morning. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the show. Welcome to Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast, the place where you'll get inspired to live your life unapologetically, embrace your perfect imperfections, break down barriers, and do what sets your soul on fire. I'm your host, Lunden Souza. Hey friend, it's me, Lunden Souza, online lifestyle transformation coach. I help people all over the world just like you who know they are meant for more, get their mind right and their body tight, and go from crazy busy to crazy happy. And hey, if it's our first time meeting, welcome. So happy to have you. And if you've been with us for a while, it's so great that you're here too. I'm really excited to share this episode of the Self-Love and Sweat podcast with you. Hey, I want to tell you quickly about 2 ways that you can get connected beyond the podcast to up-level your health, your life, your fitness, reach your goals, but also support the podcast as well. So the first option is our Self-Love and Sweat monthly members-only meetup. We meet up on the last Saturday of the month on Zoom for 90 minutes to cover some important topics, to answer your questions, and then to also do a workout together. It's a great way to have that support, have that accountability, get supercharged, and get reminded that there are other people all over the world on this journey of self-love and sweat, and you don't have to do it alone. You can join your first month for only $1 using code SELFLOVE1 at checkout, and then it's $27 a month after that. So you go to lifelikeLondon.com/monthly, use the code SELFLOVE1 at checkout to try us out, test it out for only $1 for your first month, and then you can be on board to listen to the podcast, join up on the meetups, and just really feel like you're connected and thriving on this journey to reach your goals. The second option is our Strong at Home for Women 8-week dumbbell-only workout plan. We have women all over the world getting stronger from the inside out right at home, right? So we're ready to take action to get stronger despite the circumstances of the world. And we know that we're not about to do that alone. So embark on this 8-week journey with us. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home. You can pick up your 8-week plan. And the exciting thing is that every 8 weeks, we open it up, myself and my co-coach, for VIP all access coaching with us. So not only do you get the plan, but you get Zoom fireside chats with us. You get an exclusive way to chat with us anytime so you can ask your questions, share your progress. And we're always continuing to stay connected and motivate and inspire each other on our journey to get stronger, no matter what that means for us. So if you know that you're meant for more, you're ready to get stronger from the inside out, and you're just like, yes, I need a plan and some structure, something to tell me what to do. I know I'm ready, but I need that coaching. I can't do it alone. We are here for you. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home, pick up the plan, figure out when our next VIP all access registration is opening so you can get that support and guidance. And the third thing, I said there was two, but the third thing is you can do both. You can join us for those monthly meetups. You can be there for the 8-week program. You know, this coaching and this support is here for you. We want to get you real results that last so you never have to start over again. And so you guys are awesome. Enjoy this episode. Get connected. Self-love and sweat, friends. Hey, welcome back to Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast. Today, we're talking about being bloated. Welcome. This is a topic that I think we all want to talk about, or let's say we all want to listen on tips about. Maybe this is not the topic that you're having, when you're at dinner with your friends, but I think that this is a topic that is super important to talk about because there are really great natural remedies that can help with this. And also it's just a reminder that we all get bloated, right? We all maybe eat something that didn't agree with us, or maybe it's that time of the month. If you're a female and you have a period and you just feel like, I don't know, a week before, you're just feeling a little bit more bloated, a little bit funky. Maybe you ate something that's super salty and your body's just holding on to more water. Maybe it's kind of like a combination of all three. And so I want to share with you guys some helpful tips and strategies for when you are bloated, because these are the ones that really, really help me. Really helped me a lot. Okay. And I think too, just a side note, you're just bloated. You're just bloated. Nothing happened. You're not gaining a ton of weight. You didn't go up a couple pant sizes. You're just bloated. Okay. And this is me also talking to me a couple weeks ago because I just really felt super duper bloated leading up to my period. It was more than usual. And I think that's just because I was traveling a lot. I wasn't really staying super hydrated. I was drinking more alcohol than usual. And I was eating a lot more like saltier foods because I was eating out more frequently. And I just think that overall, I wasn't fully treating my body as best as I have in the past and as best as I could, and just things that were going, whatever. And so because of that, I really noticed like I was retaining a lot of water because of the salty foods. And then of course, the days leading up to my period, just feeling a little bit more, tight. Like there was a pair of jeans I couldn't button up. And then I felt like when I was tying my shoes, my feet were just like a little bit more swollen, and just like a funky feeling. And then you just kind of want to wear things that are a little bit like looser fitting. And it just is what it is. It's not bad or good. It just is. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, and it happens to everybody. It happens to everyone. So this is what helps me the most. And this is what really, really helped me over the last couple of weeks, because I like to share with you guys what I really do and what I know and have seen really help me and other people that I work with, my clients, my friends. And then, I talk about them a couple weeks later, sometimes months later, just depending on how much time I need to really say hey, oh yeah, this was bomb. This super duper helped. And this is something, and these are things I want to share with you. Some of them will really be review, especially if you've been with me for a while, or you've just kind of, Googled how to get rid of bloating. You've probably found some of these answers, but I'm just going to reiterate them because they really helped me too. So the first one is water.
Stay super duper hydrated. And I say this also because I know sometimes it can feel uncomfortable. Like when you're bloated to feel like, oh, drink more water. Like I already feel bloated. And then we know when we drink a bunch of water, our stomach starts to get a little bit fuller as well. But drinking a lot of water is just so important. And then add in some citrus as well. So like lemon or lime, I like to add. I also like to add in peppermint and fennel, usually essential oils. I'll just add like 1 drop of peppermint, 1 drop of fennel, a bunch of lemon, a bunch of lime, both the essential oils as well as the fruit juice. And then I'll put it into probably like a 1 to 2 liter water bottle. And then just drink that regularly. Usually with the essential oils, it'll stay. I usually use stainless steel or even glass too. The essential oils will stay like kind of as a residue on the inside of the water bottle. So as you continue to fill it up throughout the day, you don't always have to add in more of that, which is what I really like. You can continue to get the benefits of that. So peppermint and fennel are so awesome for digestion and for debloating and for any type of, digestive discomfort, bloating, constipation, any tightness, nausea as well. So like anything like sick to your stomach wise, peppermint and fennel are really, really great tools for that as well. So that's really, really helpful. Another beverage that I really like is dandelion tea. Dandelion tea. This is really, really a powerful, it pulls water from the body. It is a diuretic, kind of like spinach. Not spinach, asparagus. Asparagus is a diuretic as well. So dandelion tea, really, really awesome. I first discovered this actually when I was living in Austria, and I had never taken it before, even though it's totally available in the States. I just had never heard of it, and which was kind of weird because I drink a lot of tea. And so, I found it when I was living in Austria, and it was just so good and so calming for the gut. And I just really enjoy the flavor and the smell. It's very subtle. And I would put I would always put my oils and lemon juice and just different, stuff to flavor it up and put it together. I just really love that dandelion tea. It's called Löwenzahn tea in German. Löwenzahn, I think. Yeah. Lion's tooth. I think that's how it translates. And I remember like Googling that and finding that when I was living in Austria, like what dandelion root tea was in German, and then like going to the grocery store and looking for that particular tea. But that one's so awesome for bloating. Really, really great. I don't recommend that you drink it all the time because it is a diuretic. And so I think that this is helpful to have it, every like a week out of the month or whatever. I like to have it there too, but I don't want to be consistently drinking a beverage that's going to be pulling water out of the body, right? So think about that too. It's not like go chug dandelion tea all the time and that's the end all be all for bloat. Use it responsibly, definitely. Abdominal massage. That's a really, really great one. Abdominal massage is so awesome for bloating because sometimes, there's stuff we got to get out, and air pockets can get, lodged in our intestines in between our stool. And just like, if you're not super hydrated or if your body's retaining, it just can be uncomfortable. And it's nice to give some love to that space. So I really love abdominal massage. I'll use coconut oil, and then I'll also use some essential oils. Like I already mentioned, peppermint is a great one. I'll use that. I have a blend that I really like. Feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want any information on essential oils. You can always write to me. I love to talk about this, but I have a blend that has like peppermint, wintergreen, fennel in it, and a nice blend of a bunch of different stuff that is great for our digestion and for bloating and for, our tummies. And those are the ones I would put in my water, but I'll also mix those with coconut oil, and I'll do a abdominal massage. So if you're looking down at your tummy and you're going clockwise, then that is the direction that we eliminate. If you go counterclockwise, that's the opposite direction. So if you feel constipated and you're bloated and whatever, then you can go clockwise. And then if you're feeling like your stool's a little bit more fluid, more like diarrhea consistency, then you can go counterclockwise. And that's really, really helpful. Another abdominal massage technique that I love is massaging the ileocecal valve. Okay. I'm going to do my best with words to describe how to do this. It's really simple. And ideally you can do this really like sitting down or standing up, but I like to do it lying down. I feel like, especially in the beginning when you're doing this, and I like to do the whole abdominal massage lying down. But sometimes like if I'm standing somewhere and I want to like massage out my ileocecal valve, I'll do it. Like if I'm in the grocery store, standing somewhere or whatever, like I'll do that because I know how to do that. No one would know. It's just like, a little pressure point on our abdomen, which I'm going to show you about or tell you about today. So put your left thumb inside of your belly button and then put your right middle finger like on your hip bone, on your right hip bone. So if you're laying down, you can do this, or standing up. If you're sitting down, you can do that too. But it's easier if you're laying down or standing up. And then from there, bring your fingers together to that midpoint between your belly button and your right hip bone. There is your ileocecal valve. And you can start to massage that there. That is the connection point, the valve that connects your small intestine to your large intestine. And sometimes things can get backed up there. The valve can get a little bit wonky. And sometimes when you massage in there, you can start to feel, like what's happening in there. It's like a little valve. I'm trying to think of something that's comparable. So like, when you're in a swimming pool and there's like a part of the swimming pool that's like on the side. I don't know if all swimming pools have this, but this is how I'm going to describe it. There's that part that's like part of the swimming pool on the side, like not the thing that floats around with the chlorine or whatever, if you have a chlorine pool, but the thing that's on the side of the pool. And there'd be like a little opening and closing kind of thing that moved with the water. And then like, if there was bugs or like rocks or like whatever, not rocks, because those would fall to the bottom, but if there was bugs or leaves or whatever, like that would accumulate in that kind of little filter there. So when you think about not necessarily the filtering, but when you think about that valve moving, that's really kind of what it is. And it's like, what if something got stuck in there? It wasn't moving properly, or I don't know, the water was flowing weird and that valve wasn't opening and closing and going as it needed to. And that really helps too. So I really like to go in and like when you're doing abdominal massage on your back, like if you're laying down on your back and giving yourself an abdominal massage, like you can feel where the stool is, like you can feel where your poop is in your intestines. Like I'm not saying go in and dig into it and move it, like, but just like, when you're doing that massage in that clockwise position, if you feel like you're a little bit constipated and you want to get things moving a little bit more, really start to like kind of feel that. And sometimes, if you lay on your back, you'll see like, oh, it's all on this right side here, or all on the left side. You can kind of see how things are moving within your gut. And I know that maybe some of you guys are like, what in the world are you talking about, Lunden? But this is real and this is important. And this is, this is stuff that goes with being bloated. It's like so many people want just like, oh, what tea can I get so that I just like, I'm not so bloated and I feel good and I can fit in this dress. Well, it's like, these are all really powerful tips, and like abdominal massage is so important. And then when you do that and you start to notice what's happening within your gut and your body, especially if you're laying on your back, you can start to feel some of that stuff. And it's cool because it's your body. Staying hydrated, like I said, super important. Staying hydrated, even if you don't feel like you're thirsty or you want to drink more water. Adding things like peppermint and fennel, or like that oil blend I told you about. Feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want some more details there. And then dandelion tea. Great for helping a diuretic, pulling water out of the body there. And then abdominal massage, really, really awesome one. And then the last one I'm going to add in here, but it's really should be the first one. And the biggest go-to throughout the whole bloating process and any process, gratitude. Just extend yourself some gratitude and some grace. I was looking down at my bloated belly a couple of weeks ago and I was like, oh, I love you, bloated belly. Like, you're so amazing. You're working hard. You're giving me a message. I know what my body was trying to tell me. It was like, hey, treat me a little bit better so that next round when you come into your cycle again, your symptoms are not as severe. I find when I treat my body better regularly, my symptoms for my period are much less severe. And I just feel so much better. So gratitude. Thanks, bloat. You're the bomb. I appreciate you. I appreciate the elastic in these shorts that I'm wearing and this oversized white tank top that I'm wearing to highlight my legs and not my bloated belly, which was me. It's just like, yeah, it doesn't feel great. It's not the most important thing in the world to, not be bloated, but it was a real situation and a real feeling that I had a couple weeks ago. And there was, these were great tools that helped me and supported me. And also what I'll add as well is right now I have this water bottle next to me and I have my peppermint and my digestive oils in here. Not a lot because I'm not feeling uncomfortably bloated right now, but I put 1 drop and then I put a lot of lemon, a lot of lime, a lot of grapefruit. And I'm going to continue to drink that even though I'm not really feeling bloated because I feel like that digestive support is really, really helpful. Like I said, it's not like the dandelion tea where it's a diuretic and it's pulling water out of the body and going to make you pee a ton and things like that. I mean, the lemon and the water will make you pee a ton, but in general, like it's just really nice to have that regular support. So it's not about the tea or the concoction or the thing that you're going to drink when you feel it in that moment 3 days leading up to an event. Yes, while it does help and it will ease some of those symptoms, doing a lot of what I already mentioned, like staying hydrated and, gratitude, abdominal massage regularly, like those are going to be things that really help on a regular basis. And you don't have to just do them. And that's what I find too is like, okay, maybe you go into more of a deeper mode when you're feeling extremely bloated, but you're not just negating all of the things that are going to help bloating when you're not, right? And I think that's what people do a lot in a lot of situations. It's like if it's not bothering them in the moment, then they're not going to do the thing that's preventative for it later. And once you start to realize that and see that in a lot of key areas of your life, it just becomes so much more like, duh, I want to do the thing, I want to be, doing a little bit here and there to support this. So then later on down the line, I don't end up with piles and piles and piles, like I think about it as laundry. Like when I visualize, that overwhelming feeling of needing to do a lot of things to support my body. Well, if you just do a little bit here and there periodically, then you don't end up with that overload there and that overload of feeling bloated and fatigue and all these different things, right? So hopefully these tips were helpful and hopefully, you feel good knowing that you're not the only one who gets bloated and feels like a little bit, but also a reminder too, like my comparison for this was really like a moment where, a lot of women will understand when it comes to being bloated and like, feeling that way and once a month and you can't really fully control it a lot of the times, whatever, but you might be feeling bloated from like a meal that you ate that was making you feel really uncomfortable and, just didn't agree with your body. Yes, these things will help, but you can't continue to be eating the crap that's making you feel crappy. Okay. So this is not going to be like your solution to continue to eat junk foods or foods that are not going to support your gut and things like that. Right. So this is not like the Thanksgiving dinner, food coma, free pass. Okay. It might help with a remedy there, here and there when you have a fun night or whatever, once a month, every couple months. But it's not like the end all be all for like the weekly or the weekend, ritual binge or something like that. Right. So keep in mind when I talk about these tips and things like that of what that looks like in your life. Okay. And you guys are so awesome. If you have any aha moments, any tips that you want to share that I didn't share, you're like, Lunden, hey, you didn't even mention this. And this helps me a lot. Let me know. You can shoot me a DM anywhere on social media, but especially on Instagram. You can find me at Lifelike Lunden. And then you can also hit reply to any of the emails that I send. And if you're not already getting emails from me, just go ahead and go to lifelikelunden.com, pick up something that is free so that I have your email. And then any email I send out to you, you can just hit reply and anything that you want to share, questions you want to ask, all of that, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. So have a really beautiful day, whether you're bloated or you're not. You are beautiful, friend.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, give us a review. This really helps a lot. And share this with a friend. I'm only one person, and with your help, we can really spread the message of self-love and sweat and change more lives all around the world. I'm Lunden Souza, reminding you that you deserve a life full of passion, presence, and purpose, fueled by self-love and sweat. This podcast is a Hit Spot Austria production.